What is up, Sooner Nation? Happy Monday night. Welcome back to the Sooner Surge Double Trouble. Before we get started into some of the comments that are already rolling here, it should be a fun night already after reading some of these comments. First, I want to say, you see a new logo up here. Says the fan stop. You can see it there on your screen. Hunter's got the ticker rolling across the bottom. Listen up. Check out the fan stop, okay? Go there, get on the monthly subscription. The next day, they'll go ahead and ship you a free shirt, the free monthly shirt. And then you will, after that, receive one shirt a month of the team of your choice. And this isn't just OU. Of course, they have OU, but they have all kinds, 50 officially licensed college sports teams. And they change each month. And I tell you, if you can get signed up, you get the 10% off by using the code SURGE,
right?
Okay? 10% off the next 3 months. And the other thing is, you don't want to miss the March one. The Shamrock OU shirt, unbelievable.
It's legit.
The fan stop, check it out. Use code SURGE. Hey, Tanya Shipman starts this show off with the lead.
With the bang.
Couldn't find an email. Now, I sent you one 2 days ago. Hunter can maybe... While we're on here, maybe Hunter can.
Why didn't Tanya email us? That would be easier, maybe.
I used the one, Tanya, your email from when you ordered the shirt. But Tanya, email us at ousportsroundup@gmail.com. Hunter just put it there in the chat. Listen.
Thanks, Tanya.
Thanks, Tanya. Hey, I got to start right off the bat with a little bit of a rant. And I love the viewers we have on here every night. Look, I saw Thunder Sooner say that, and the Thunder had a horrible loss tonight. Load management. I'm so done with it. Pete, I'm just saying, if you think Caden Green was under or worse of a player than Hatchet, that, in my opinion, that's not even close. Caden Green was a freshman and had years coming up that he was going to be elite. I don't know why we even need to compare him to Caden Green. Here's what I'll say. It was a huge get for OU to get Garen Hatchet. It's one that the fans were waiting on to get one out of the portal. They didn't land the brother. It was great that they would land Garen. I know Jay and I expected it.
And I'm going to go ahead and say something else and kind of piggyback off of it, okay? I think me and you were both pretty open about this Garen Hatchet and that OU really needed to land him, okay? Because he visited one school after Washington, and that was Oklahoma, right? So I've seen a lot of people today on Twitter. Where's the get rid of Bill Beatenbow crowd now? Listen. This is a good get for Bill Beatenbow. I think it does solidify it. Okay, it gives you depth, but you can't compare it to Caden Green. Okay, you can't compare that. You can't.
It's an upgrade. It's an upgrade to what they had before today.
Correct. Boom.
Fact.
And listen, Garen's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player.
Garen Hatchet, and I think what I like the most about Garen Hatchet, Jay, he's got good size, but here's the most I think that we get about this guy. He's been in big time games. He played in the national championship game.
Yeah,
he was a part of the Joe Moore winning offensive lineman. People who say, oh, he was a starter on that line all year. No, he wasn't. He was part of it. And, of course, his brother is staying in Washington, and maybe his brother comes next year. I don't know. He's battling that injury. He's coming off that. I think this is a great pickup for OU.
And Sooner Legends podcast says,
exactly.
Sooner says, glad he has 2 years. That's a big thing. 2 years of eligibility. He's a big guy. He did start. 2 of the games he started was against Oregon and Arizona. So some of the better teams they played. So that's good. He brings experience, but let's just not, I don't want to go overboard here with some of the comments about, let's just hold off a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. I don't follow insiders. I know Bobby's putting something on here about insiders saying a transfer credit issue for Landon. In my opinion, if you wanted to go to a school, you'd figure those things out in the time, especially if you had many years left like he does. Come on. He was a freshman.
What do you think of Sooner fans starting alone? I think it's probably dead on, except I can't mention Everett in there. I cannot mention Everett at center. I can't.
What, Jay?
What?
Yeah, I can't get my lips to say it. Yeah, I can't either.
I was like, what's going on, dude?
Yeah, I can't say Everett either. And look at the 2 deep. You add some of the freshmen from the 2024 class in the 2 deep. You add guys like Tarquin, who's not listed there. The 2 deep is pretty deep.
Hey,
just inexperienced.
And Jay Johnson, OU1, you are 100% correct. And I am super pumped for Garen Hatchet. And that's why I don't even like mentioning Caden Green's name. I wish he wouldn't even been mentioned in the chat because he gone. Garen Hatchet's at OU, and Garen Hatchet is a strength, hardworking guy. And to me, you look at a guy like McKay Mature, I think you can do comparable things with Garen Hatchet in 2 years. Maybe not be – he'd be good this year, but I think next year in the Bill Beaton Bowl, he'll be great. And I'll say this. He's been coached under a really good coach, Scott Huff. Really good coach. He's going to come with really good fundamentals and everything that needs to be done.
And Jackson mentioned Tarquin at tackle. I agree. Tarquin will be at tackle. Back up. And the other thing is, Chester, you're saying Everett is better than y'all assume. I'm not basing crud on an assumption. I'm going with what these two eyes, at least 1.5, pretty much can see. And it wasn't like he was dominating out there. I think he can be a really good backup. I think he can come in on some series maybe. But me personally, I don't think he's a starter in the SEC. Sorry.
I don't either. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I don't. And Bobby says Tarquin played out of position at tackle. I agree with that. I'm not going to complain about it. I agree. I'm not going to argue that. Way more successful at guard. 100%.
My assumptions are based on facts, which is I watched them play. So I don't give a rip what any insider, someone else says. I don't care where he's been. And really, someone said the whole line's open. It's probably a fact. Bill Beaton Bowl is going to make the decision based on what he sees at practice. There's not going to be assumptions. Well, I assume this guy might play better than the other one. I don't think Bill Beaton Bowl does that.
Yeah, and hey, we got more on here now. Let's go over this fan stop again. See the logo in the bottom right. Listen, use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months, okay, at the fan stop. There's 50 colleges that they're officially licensed with. And yes, Jeremy, I think you mentioned earlier maybe first shirt free. That's not correct. It's not free shirt, but you get 10% off. You get 10% off your first 3 months when you use code SURGE. And listen, 50 colleges. Some of you guys in here, maybe Ole Miss fans, they have 50 colleges that they're licensed with, and OU's one of them. And I know most people in here are OU fans, and you get a shirt a month. I mean, how can you not love an OU shirt every single month of the year? Can't beat it. Get signed up. Use Surge.
Yeah, and Josh, big thanks. Welcome back, Josh. Appreciate you giving us the super. Give me some dogs. Open competition for every spot, Boomer. And look, I think you guys can both be right in some of this, but Garen Hatchet, based on experience, based on size, based on what he did when he was in there, is a massive W for this line. And I think the word you can best use is solidifies. And I got to get to Chester for a second. Just remember, y'all were telling me Farouk was going to be great because he played well in a bowl game 2 years ago, but I disagreed. We weren't even on YouTube Live. We've been on YouTube Live a year. I don't know what you're talking about. If you want to go back to last year in the bowl game, is that what you're referring to?
Well, I think the general consensus after the bowl game, I think the first time when Bob Stoops was a coach, Caleb Williams played, and that was Farouk had a kind of a coming out game that game. And I think a lot of people thought, well, this is a guy. And I think that was the majority of OU fans thought this guy's going to be unreal. And I think he followed it up with a pretty good year the year after that. I just think last year was down for him. And I think he would admit last year was down.
Correct. And, yeah, I think, Chester, what we're talking about here is the upside, everyone thought Farouk was going to be better than he was, I think, is what it is. He hasn't panned out in some ways. And Jay, you were right on the shirt. It shipped the next day. It's not a free shirt, but you become part of
free. I think you said free.
Yeah, I might have misunderstood how I said that or miscommunicated that. I apologize, but get on it because you get a shirt every month with your subscription. It changes each month, and I promise you, you want to do it by February 20th because you want the March shirt, the St. Patty Day OU shirt. You can see it across the ticker, okay? Right there it is, 10% off for the first 3 months. Use Surge as your code. You'll love it. These shirts are unreal, officially licensed. They're amazing.
Hey, and Purple Orca says Farouk had second most yards on the team last year. You're right, but I'll say this. I think most people on here and most OU fans would think Dylan Gabriel did not spread the ball around very much. Stoops and Farouk were a lot of times, and that's because he didn't really scan the field a lot, in my opinion. I think it was mainly off Jeff Levy's calls. And I think he was good at hitting the first or second read, but that's about it. And I think most of the time, those two guys were the first or second read. Now, Andrew Anthony, if he'd have stayed healthy all year, he would have had probably the most receiving yards, in my opinion.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it was
what were the stats on Nick Anderson and Jalil Farouk, yardage-wise? What was the difference?
Someone said Hatchett's dad's on here.
Sweet.
That'd be sweet. It is right there. It is. Vic,
yes.
66. Hey, it's the same number. There it is right there. Jay, one thing about, and welcome Vic 66, Garen Hatchett's dad. Appreciate you being on here. Someone earlier put strength and work ethic and things like that. And what's up, man? Appreciate you being on here. Excited to have Garen Hatchet committing to the University of Oklahoma with the experience that he brings to solidify this offensive line, which Hunter said it on the commitment video that went out earlier today, Jay. OU now has guys that are from other schools. There's some experience. They're just inexperienced in a Sooner uniform. I think that's the way Hunter put that. That was great.
If you look at OU's offensive line going into next year, very unproven is the word you can say, because they had a great 24 recruiting class. They did, for the offensive line standards. But the guys they already had there at Oklahoma just haven't played much. Jacob Sexton at right tackle played. But the thing that Hatchet does bring is he does bring experience. And like I said earlier, he did start against Oregon and Arizona. Okay. He's got 2 years of eligibility. And hey, he almost chose OU out of high school. So I think it's a great fit. Really do.
Yeah. Look,
Jeremy, I said on the video today with Hunter, I think right now he's the starting right guard. I think he's probably going to be the starting right guard. Would you disagree or agree?
Oh, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I agree.
And before I get to another thing about Hatchet, Sooner Legends, veteran just got a sponsorship with a veteran-owned coffee company. Congrats on that. And Sooner Legend podcast signed up at Fan Stop. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Sooner Legend. Everyone else, hop on board. Get aboard that new shirt every month with your subscription. It changes each month, so you're not getting the same shirt each month. It's high quality. It's officially licensed. Even has Ohio State shirts, which shows you they're a legit company if they can get Ohio State.
Yeah, and
they don't just hand out those.
Hey, Sooner fan, I see what you're trying to do there with the all caps on upside. You want me and Jeremy to get into it again about upside. But yes, you are correct. 2 years equals upside, not 1 year. I agree, Sooner fan.
Yeah, and hey, hit the like Lori says here. I got to get back to the line. Hunter, can you drop maybe size and weight? I know this may take you a minute, Hunter, but Hunter's elite. So give Hunter a shout out here. Hunter, can you drop the size and weight maybe of kind of the 2 deep, or maybe it may be a lot for the 14, but listen, they're well over 6 foot. They're well 300 pounds and above. It is an SEC ready line, size-wise, physicality-wise, experience. You put some of those guys together, they have years of experience with a great youth class coming in. The depth is there. Bill Beatenbow All you got to do is go look at Super Bowl Sunday. There's guys playing in the Super Bowl that Bill Bedenbaugh has coached. Jay, you mentioned Hatchet and Huff, what Huff did with the line. So Hatchet's been coached up really well, I think. Tarquin, I'm not sure on Tarquin. I think if I were going to say there's one that's going to get maybe left out, and maybe that's bad of me to say that, Jay.
And Tanya, we'll figure it out. It looks like you ordered it, but did not use the surge code. We'll see if we can get that.
And maybe we can check on that for you, Tanya.
I got something for Vix here. This is just a comment, but just looking at OU's schedule next year, I know obviously Garen's going to be super pumped to play at the Palace on the Prairie, but is there going to be a better game for him to play than Alabama with DeBoer coming to Norman? You know that Garen's probably itching at the bit to play that, and he'd be playing his brother, which is a cool deal.
Hey, can I ask Vix a question about and Vix? Appreciate you being on here. One question I have maybe is about what was the main deciding factor? I guess obviously he visited OU was the only visit that he took, but what was the main thing? And also maybe about that injury. It seemed to be a nagging thing because he played throughout the year. And as far as hopefully get him on campus soon, but those would be the only ones I have. Yeah. That would be my question, Vic66. Appreciate you being on here.
Yeah, Vic says tons of family there. 4 first cousin graduated there. My dad born and raised there. Awesome, Tyler says. So, yeah, super pumped, man. And I'm just glad it happened. Like, we were all wondering maybe when it would happen. Any questions for Vix? I know somebody asked earlier.
Yeah. OU was second choice out of high school. We talked about that on the commitment video that was put out earlier, and Bill Bedenbaugh was in on that as well. That recruitment felt pretty good that OU was going to get that commitment, and super pumped that that has been made. And honestly, kudos also to how it was handled, Jay. Came here, visited, went back, sounded like, talked with family, things like that. And Tanya, big thanks to Tanya for ordering a Fan Stop shirt. She'll be getting if she subscribed as a member to that, a new shirt each month with that subscription model. High ankle injury. Chief T-Bird, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Sooner Surge MVP for Tanya. Jay, let's get to Chief T-Bird's question in a minute. Who would you run behind? But Vix, high ankle, tightrope surgery, be ready by spring ball, hopefully. Awesome. Great to hear. Great to hear. Yeah. Thanks for the update. Bedenbaugh, big reason. And
go. There it is. And hey, I know, like I said earlier, Scott Huff's a great coach. And so Scott Huff's going to have him.
Yeah, and let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick, Jay.
Yeah.
Ricky, I love the comment here. Bill Bedenbaugh will get him in the league, but I'm going to change that a little. Bill Bedenbaugh is great. Absolutely love Bill Bedenbaugh. It's a combination. The guy got the size they do. Got to have great work ethic. Got to be physical. I think it's a combo with Bill Bedenbaugh and what those guys bring to the table. And again, the elite class that's coming in 2024 with this other one. O-line is O-line still a question? Yes, because who are the 5 going to be? The chemistry, all those things. They're ready to get in there and get Schmitty tough. But Jay, which O-line would you run behind? Chief T-Bird asked.
Which O-line?
So new. I really like Fabechi Muwa, but
here's what I'll say.
We'll see.
Right now, I think the 2 guards, if it were Fabechi and Hatchet, may be the strength, because I'm still wandering on the tackles. I think Sexton played good last year, okay, but I don't know enough about Spencer Brown. And then obviously Bates in the middle. If it's going to be Bates, we'll see. But
Jay, I have a question for Vic66. If I can ask it, I'm going to ask it, and you do not have to answer it, Vic66. If this is I guess too personal or whatever, but we are not insiders here. We don't have a paywall where we're offering inside information. I don't know the ins and outs of things. People have talked about when will Garen be here on campus? Is he going to roll immediately? Is he going to graduate there at Washington and then come in the after spring ball?
Well, it says lands in Oklahoma right there tomorrow.
What is it?
It says lands in Oklahoma tomorrow.
Well, there it is right there. That was what I was hoping to hear. That is excellent news. That's exactly what I wanted to hear, Vic 66.
Hey, one thing I'll say is I mentioned Scott Huff earlier, right?
Well, Mez said that, Jay. Did Vic say that?
What's that?
Mez said landing in Oklahoma.
Vic's had already said it earlier, Jeremy.
Oh,
wake up, dude! Where are you at? You sleeping? Where's your Dr. Pepper? What do you got? What do you got to drink today?
Water. Nothing? Water tonight, man. Water.
Hey, what I was going to say about Bill Beatenbow is, yes, sometimes he gets a lot of, I would say, kind of harsh slack about not landing guys. But here's what I'll say. And you mentioned getting him to the NFL, right? It's not only on Bill Beatenbow, it's on the players, okay? And it's on the linemen that come there to get to the NFL. And there's some players that maybe don't want to play Bill Beatenbow. He's a tough coach. And that's why I think it's a combo when they're together, when the lineman is a tough, hardworking lineman and you got Bill Beatenbow develop him, I think sky's the limit. That's what I would say. I think there's some players that, and I'm not going to mention names from last year's team, but I think we all know who they are, correct? Not there anymore, a couple of them, okay? Maybe they just can't handle it, okay, with Bill Beatenbow. He's a tough coach. That plain and simple, tough, hard-nosed coach. But I think if you are for that and you want that and you have that work ethic, big things happen, man. Big things happen.
Yeah. And Ron asked about Chance's brother comes eventually too. Don't know if he wants to answer that, he can. But Landon has an injury as well that he's rehabbing from what everyone says as well. But I think a little more serious. I don't know for sure because it never was said that I saw. But Jay, you talk about Kim Hurst said EPL if he picks up the playbook quickly. We've talked about this. O-line is a position group where you got to have competitive depth, yes.
Yeah.
But you almost don't play competitive depth, yes, because you're building chemistry.
O-line is tough to rotate.
That's correct. What I'm saying. You're not rotating a whole lot of guys in on that. Hey, appreciate you being on here, Vic 66. Thanks for answering those questions. Excited to have Garen Hatchet as a Sooner and hope to see you around some more on the live. Thanks. Appreciate it.
3 NFL O linemen in the Super Bowl. Yeah, they have the most players in the Super Bowl either.
Yeah, there it is. That's exciting news, though, that Garen Hatchet on campus.
Yeah,
so we'll be
tomorrow,
there.
Sounds like so.
Kind of as you and I expected, Jay, that he would be enrolled this semester, despite maybe other things that were said. But yeah, that was very cool of his dad to jump on and answer questions. I think that's great. And hey, appreciate you guys also, being here in the chat, asking questions and things. Appreciate that.
I guess so. I guess he broke it first, Vic.
I guess so. Yeah, there it is.
There was something I was going to get to on the chat. Maybe this is a good time for trivia, though. This is a good time for trivia. Sports movies, guys. Jeremy, I'm looking for, and I don't know who's leading this month, Hunter. Do you know who's leading this month for trivia? Maybe you can pull it up and let us know. But sports movies, I want to know the coach that has coached in a basketball movie and a football movie. Who's the actor? I'm looking for one name. There might be more, but I got one in mind.
Basketball and football.
Should be easy, dude.
Well, it's not Denzel.
Not Denzel.
Not Denzel. He was never in a basketball movie.
Not Samuel. I don't.
Samuel was never in a football movie.
Gene Hackman. There it is. Dax.
It's Gene Hackman.
Unlimited member Dax.
Replacements.
And listen, the Replacements in Hoosiers. Correct.
Wait, someone said yes, he was.
Who?
Denzel.
What was he in?
I didn't know he was in a basketball movie.
He got
game.
Was he the coach though?
I thought he was the player.
I didn't think he was a coach.
Right,
Okay,
you said coach, Jay.
I said coach. Way to go, Dax. Way to go.
Gene Hackman, mean guy
Ron,
in real
have you
life.
met him? Ron, have you met him in real life?
He was the dad, which pretty much means coach. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're late, you missed some things. Hey, let's
there
go
it is,
to this.
Hunter got it. Boom.
Hunter's got this. So we got Jacob Sexton, 6'6", 327. Fabechi Miwu, 6'4", 316. Bates, 6'3", 315. Hatchett, 6'4", 302. Brown, 6'6", 315. Tarquin, 6'5", 300. Akankumi, 6'5", 310. Heath Azida, 6'5", 313. Troy Everett, 6'3", 294. Eugene Brooks, 6'4", 320. EPL, 6'3", 320. Jake Taylor, 6'6", 309. Autry, 6'7", 300. Isosa, 6'4", 305. Logan Howland, 6'6", 284. Two things stand out. There's two guys under 300 there.
294 Everett. 294 Everett.
They're not playing.
Who's the other one?
Logan Howland.
Yeah.
He's 6'6", though. So that's a little bit different, the frame.
You know, Lane Johnson used to be big like that, but not as much weight, but he really came through. So you never know.
Hey, the truth, a lot of people think Sexton is smaller too.
I did too. I agreed to truth. That shocked me. Hunter, is that number right? That shocked me.
Jay, was that a troll or was that really his dad, you think?
Jeremy, I don't know. I listen, hey.
You never know.
Sounded legit though.
Sounded legit.
66, baby. OU has a talent. Just put in the work and they are fine. Need big tight ends. I think the tight end room this year is going to pay dividends. I really do. Devon Mitchell, Caden Helms, Bauer Sharp, Nate. I always want to say Nate Roberts.
Jake Roberts. Hopefully, in future will be Nate Roberts.
So that gives you 4 options. So intermingle them, however you want to do it. That gives you some options. A lot more than they had last year. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what would you have said, Dalpost? You asked him a trivia question about. I mean, come on. What do you do there?
I'm not going to sit there and go put everything out that he said on social media, though. So
no.
And hey, and listen, you guys in the chat, appreciate that as well. If you would do that, not do that as well, because it's not about what was said anyway. In my opinion, here on the Sooner Surge chat, we're a community.
Well, and that's the thing. If he's coming tomorrow, let's let the kid show up and announce it himself. That's the way
exactly.
I look at it.
Announce that he's on campus. I don't care about where it was announced first, any of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't care. That it doesn't mean anything to me. Just let the kid announce it. If he's going to show up tomorrow, be in town, let him get that news breaking.
Hey, I will say though, Jay, you and I both sat here the last 2 days and was very confident Garen Hatchet was going to be a Sooner, despite what his brother was doing. We also said we think he would be here this semester because that's the best way he's got to play. So just saying. I want to say this as well. You see the Fan Stop logo there. It's a great logo. Check
and we've
out
already had a couple sign up. So
subscribe to the shirt of the month. Use the code SURGE, 10% off your first 3 months. That means you'll get it. That monthly subscription would be a little bit under $20 a month. And the shirts are unbelievable. They change each month, different color kind of codes. The March one coming up is an Irish OU shirt with a shamrock or something like that, I believe. Well, we'll see what it is. I don't know if that's it or not, but I'm not going to say what it is because I don't know exactly, but it's going to be legit. You need to get on that.
And here's the other thing. You don't have to leave your couch or your house. It's coming. It's coming no matter what. Once you pay the subscription and it's for the month, you're getting one every month. So it's cool. It's great thing.
Deion Sanders semi-truck said it's coming. He's coming. And he didn't really show up. This will show up like clockwork each month. March always has one of the best shirts, Hunter says. There it is, right there. But you got to order before February 20th to get the March shirt.
You know what I always struggle with on St. Patty's Day is finding something green to wear, because I don't own much green. I'll just be flat out honest with you. So
hey, and I actually thought about that Alan Woody. I thought maybe it was Vibe 66 as well, and I never did change it, but I was thinking that when we were sitting here.
Yeah, you were calling it like Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, I know that's bad of me, huh? Sorry, Jay, I screwed up, man. You'll be all right. I mean, today's a good day for Sooners.
Great day for Sooners.
You think Bill? And listen, I'm not a sunshine pumper. I say this all the time, but with the depth, Hunter just rolled the sizes up there, and again, it's got to play out. It's the chemistry's got to be found and had. But if that happens, with what they got at the outside at receiver, with the ability and the potential of Jackson Arnold over the next couple of years with this line, it's very, very, very intriguing.
I agree,
That's
Jeremy.
what I would say, Jay.
Hey, I've seen this a couple times about silent commits. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know who the silent commits are. I will tell you, I mean, I could have some guesses, but I'm not even going to do that. But I will say this, the fact that they got 1, 2, or 3, whatever it is, anytime you can get one at these things, especially this early on, this is January. You got another junior day in March. So if you can get one this early, I think it's huge. So,
hey, Daniel Akinkumi can do the splits.
Yeah.
I want to know any other offensive line in America where one guy can do the splits and another guy can run a 40-yard dash and track.
Hey, Jeremy, don't say that. USC last year under Benny Wiley had a couple.
All 5 can do the splits.
Do not say that.
Right. They do Pilates.
Yeah,
that's
stop
right.
what you're saying right now.
That's right. That's a bad pace.
Last year, you bashed USC for linemen that could do the splits. So you might want to stop talking.
I agree. You're right. Someone asked Jay about anyone heard anything about camp? I'm going to say it again. Danny Okoye.
What about it?
Danny Okoye is going to, in my opinion, people are going to be going ooh and on about Danny Okoye week in and week out. And he's not the only one.
I agree. Can we talk about something? We're 32 minutes in. We have not mentioned it. The David Stone rankings that came out today.
Unbelievable.
What is going on? Like, I don't, what does the guy have to do to move up in their rankings? They just have it out for him, dude. They have it out for him, period. I mean, the guy's played in the Polynesian boat, played great. Wherever he's gone, he's played great. Number 29? Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. They got Dominic McKinley over him. I mean, McKinley's good, but not no David Stone.
No. And look, here's what I hate about
he's gonna wear that right up here on the shoulder. He's gonna prove him wrong. That's what he's gonna come out and do.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what you have to do. This is an on-field game. I'm sick of all the. I don't buy into a lot of the recruiting stuff. I get it. Whatever. You got to rate people. Whatever. Rankings do not matter until you play it on the field, is what Nuts on the Table says. He's a Sooner and will show out. Where you want David Stone, right here.
Yeah.
Look, if Drake is not drafted, it's unbelievable.
What round do you think he'll get drafted?
5. I think he can go in the 5th round.
I think so. And listen, everyone's talking about the chip on the shoulder. I agree, because you know what? All the great teams, all the greatest athletes of all time, it doesn't matter if they're ranked 1 or 51. They always played with the chip on their shoulder. They had something to prove. They would find something. Even Tiger Woods would find something that people were saying. It doesn't matter. And that's the greatest players. That's what they do. And I think David Stone's that type of guy. It doesn't matter if they put him at 5. He'll say, I should be number 1. If they put him at 1, I should be 1 all across the board. Always looking for that chip. And I think he has that. I think some of this class has that from 24. Drake is only 5'9". Is that a concern to you, Jeremy, at all?
No, because I've seen guys in the league already.
Hey, all I know is that at the Shrine Bowl, the guys guarding him, one of them had a Michigan helmet on. Another one had, I think, Florida State helmet. They weren't within striking distance of him. He cooked
put him in a blender, Jay. He put him in a
put him in a blender, spun him around, and just destroyed it. So here's the thing. Here's what he's got going for him, guys. Here's what he's got going for him. When he makes it to the NFL, he's not a guy that's going to be double covered ever. They won't. With his size, they're going to man him up, and he will destroy people in man and in quick patches. I think, you know who he reminds me of?
Who?
He's better. I think he's better. But the guy that played for Dallas, what was his name? And the Bills.
Cole Beasley.
Beasley was a dang good player.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Cole Beasley. And I agree with you, Hub. Rankings absolutely mean nothing. Now, what they do say is this guy's uber talented. I get that. I can pretty much look at size and tell you who's talented. But we know many times as Sooner fans when rankings didn't pan out.
Lori, glad you're feeling better.
Glad you're feeling better, Lori. As Lori would say right now, like the channel, and as I'm going to say, check out the fan stop. Get on the subscription model. Get you a new shirt each month with that, and enjoy your OU gear or 50 college programs, okay? Officially licensed. Tell your other SEC friends to hop on board. They'll get their team of their choice each month, a new shirt. And I believe, go on there and read the site, they have the premier package where you get a long sleeve shirt during the cooler months of November, December, and a hoodie once, I think. Check it out, though. Fan stop. You see it there on the bottom of the ticker.
Hey.
I think they will, Chief T-Bird.
Chief T-Bird, I agree with you here. I think they will just, now, unless he just kills his pro day, which I think he will. But I think, Jeremy, sometimes the NFL elites, all they care about is size, measurables, all of it. They don't care about the rest of it. So
yeah,
I see what Chief T-Bird is saying.
And let me reiterate Sooner Legends podcast. There are so many of you on here that are Sooner Surge Unlimited members that have not joined the Discord. You got to get on the Discord. You might as well. It's part of your benefit. It's a perk. And if you're not a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, join up.
What do you think Drake's 40 is?
My guess is 4.58, something like that.
Maybe so.
I feel bad even trying to guess that, though.
Yeah, I don't know what it would be.
And let me say this. Someone said, do I think Farouk will transfer in the spring? I still think he will if he goes to the spring and sees that he's not going to be one of the starters. I think he would foresee.
Hey, but let me say something about this. Both of y'all say 4.6. Jeremy said 4.58. Here's the thing. With the way he runs routes, it's not the breakaway speed that you need at his position. It's the quickness. And that to me is where he's best. It's the quickness. It's not the overall 40-yard dash. He's not going to be a guy running down a 40-yard bomb. That's not his game. Okay? So it's the quick feet. He's very quick feet. I mean, very quick. Hips, everything. So that's where I think he gets his advantage. I don't think the 40 really means as much.
Yeah, and I think anyone who's drafting, if he's on anyone's draft board, they're not really going to take much stock in as far as the 40 time, knowing that he's going to be a guy, short yardage guy, someone in the slot, someone who's going to catch possession type receivers. And Jerry Rice wasn't like flying fast, someone said, but he's not a Jerry Rice type guy. Here's what Sooner Surge says. The premium package at the fan stop, December to January, 2 hoodies, 3 long sleeves, October, November, February, T-shirt every month. The fan stop, you get a 10% off by putting the code SURGE in there. You should do it.
I think most people in the chat would say he will play in the NFL. How many of you will say he will get drafted, though? That's my question. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the undrafted free agent either. I mean, you got to go prove yourself, and he's that type of guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right, Purple.
That's exactly.
Purple, you're dead on. Shuttle time, and and Elton will be the most important for Drake. 100%
Who's
agree.
going to throw to him at pro day at OU? Jackson Arnold.
Arnold.
You think he'll have Dylan
I
Gabriel
would
come
assume
back
it's
for him?
Arnold.
Think Gabriel come
Wow,
back?
Texas and Houston going OT in basketball. Wow.
That is shocking.
Texas came back. Unbelievable.
OU
Rough,
has to win one of the 2 games this week or they're done.
rough life in the Big 12 on the road. It is. Yeah, OU's got to win tomorrow.
Has to win one this week or they're done.
Yeah, they got to win one of the 2. It'd be nice to win tomorrow, and then you can go kind of play the money on Saturday and maybe get another one. Take your chances. So
you have
he
to
will
win one
take huge hits. I don't think that bothers him, dude. I don't. He took huge hits at OU.
He took a lot of hits.
He took some big time hits,
He
guys.
took a lot.
Jay, you don't think he can handle it?
Big time hits.
Yeah.
Jay,
you don't think he can handle it?
Maybe biggest understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, his dad, Lori, his dad would take him in a heartbeat, but I don't think his dad wants that for him for sure. How many concussions did he have over a 4-year span? 1, maybe 2 tops?
Maybe.
I get that the NFL is a different animal because some of these guys, I mean, it's just massive, dude. These athletes are unbelievable, but I think he can definitely hold his own. I'm excited for it. What's it going to take for our men's b-ball to be good again?
They are good. They're good, in my opinion.
If they better make the tournament or they're not good.
You don't think they're a good team right now?
Teams make the tournament, Jason.
Jeremy, are they a good team?
They're good.
They are?
Good teams. Jay, if they don't make the tournament, if they're not one of the top 68 teams in America, that's a problem.
Agreed.
Bye-bye, Porter Moser.
If they don't make the tournament, he'll be in trouble. I agree with that. I think they finished about 6th in the Big 12.
Mez, that's a bad take because I think they led the Big 12 until last game.
Yeah, that cost them the game, though, Jeremy. Period.
Someone can check the stats. I think Oklahoma, it basically won them the game at Cincinnati, their free throw shooting.
Well,
they've been really good. Upper 80 percentile.
It lost them the game against Tech. Period. End of discussion.
Absolutely lost them the game against Tech. Well, that and Porter Moser.
And Jackson says if they don't make Turney, bye Porter. I agree, and I think Porter knows that. Like he may not think he's gone, but he knows he's on the hot.
Then maybe play the young guy.
What?
Play Caden Cooper some then if he knows it.
Who do you play for, Jeremy? I mean, we could get into this.
It doesn't matter, Jay. You got to give some guys minutes who are athletic. Maybe can get you a stop on the defensive end, hustle, all those things.
And you got 10 days till softball starts.
10 days. Do you see 6? And we're going to drop a Alyssa Brito Super Senior video tomorrow, which will be our last Super Senior video, Sooner Surge Senior Spotlight. All 6 All-Americans named, preseason All-Americans.
Yep. And Ron, you say this about every night when we start talking basketball. Where are you saying he wants to go? I mean,
he doesn't want out. Oh, Joanna Man. What a great movie.
What is Joanna Man?
Isn't that the guy that dressed up a girl and dominates basketball?
Joanna Man? There's a such thing as a movie?
I'm pretty sure that's the movie.
I didn't know there was a movie called Joanna Man.
Now, DePaul would make sense because of where he's at, where he grew up, but that is a major step down.
Yeah, that's in his area. That's the only thing.
All you got to do at OU is make the tournament. That's all OU fans want.
What is this movie everybody's talking about?
Joanna Man, Jay. It's an old one.
That was before okay.
It was about the same time as White Chicks that came out.
Okay. Okay. Did you see where he made White Men Can't Jump?
Yes, dumb.
Can't beat the original.
Hey, you know one of my favorite Wayans? I think a Wayans movie is in Joanna Man. You know what my favorite Wayans movie is?
Major Pain.
Absolutely.
Major Pain.
Major Pain is unbelievable.
Cannot beat Major Payne. It's so
Hey,
good.
big day today, guys. Garen Hatchet commits to the University of Oklahoma.
This was a great day for OU. They really needed Garen Hatchet. We've talked about it for a week. We really need Garen Hatchet to end up at OU. OU fans, they really need Garen Hatchet. They need him for depth. They need him for the line, and they got him. So put that to rest. He's going to be in Oklahoma. So that's huge.
Yeah.
And go watch his tape. Go watch his tape.
Yeah, and see you, Ken. Thanks for being on. Everyone, thanks for being on here tonight. Tomorrow's a little later start, usually 9:45. Big thanks to Tanya for the super and Josh for the super tonight.
Yep.
Thanks, Josh.
And Chief
T-Bird. Appreciate it. There's Chuck hopping on with the comment there. Appreciate the compliment. Couple things before we get off. First, become a Sooner Surge Unlimited member, please. And then once you do that, you can join the Discord. It's part of your perk. If you don't know what to do, just send us an email, ousportsroundup@gmail.com. Huge Hatchet win tonight, getting the commitment. Last thing, the fan stop. Hunter's putting a ticker down there. Go to the fan stop. Go to the website. Check it out. Subscribe to that. You'll get a shirt a month. 10% off by using the code SURGE. Got some cool stuff. And if nothing else, hit the like. We'll see you tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Appreciate it. Till next time.